Hi, my name is Susan Versen, and I'm a librarian here at Massanutten Regional Library. I want to welcome you to another digital book talk. November is National Novel Writing Month, so we wanted to provide some support to our local writers and point out some of the resources in our library, and also let you know about the organization NaNoWriMo, which is a worldwide organization that provides support to writers all over the world. You can find them on Facebook, on the web, or on YouTube. But first, I'm going to let you know about some of the things we have at MRL. The first set of books I'm going to talk about are books about books that inspired authors. And the first one in this category is The Writer's Library. It's by Nancy Pearl and Jeff Schwager, and it's a 2020 publication. In this book, they interview different authors, different genres. So you find out about the writer's process, how does a practice of reading inform the life of a writer. So it's fascinating reading. And then at the end, the part that I really loved as well was a list of some of the books that are in that author's personal library. So if you're looking for books about books, you're going to go to the 0 to 8 section of the library. We've got a couple others, 1,000 Books to Read Before You Die, World Between Two Covers. So those are books about books by authors or that inspired authors. The next section is how-to books. So this is how to write a book, and it goes through the process. The first one I want to talk about is called Storyville. It's by John Dufresne. It's a 2020 as well. I really love this book because it's clear, easy to read, really great instructions. It has a great quote from Ursula Le Guin. "There have been great societies that did not use the wheel, but there have been no societies that did not tell stories." So it shows the importance of stories. This one does focus on fiction, so it is strictly for fiction writers. And it talks about the writing process, the writer themselves, the plot, and the revision. And this one focuses on the whole process. There are a couple others in this category I want to point out. Elements of Fiction by Walter Mosley. And he's the author of the Easy Rawlins mystery series. So he talks about, it's just like the whole practice of writing and the whole elements of how to put together a fiction story. The third one here is The Poet and Writer's Complete Guide to Being a Writer. So this is based on the magazine Poets and Writers. And this is based off of their years of experience. And this is a how-to guide to write as well as how to get published. So this goes beyond just the writing process. So again, these are the how-to books. The next section I wanted to go over was authors on writing. The first one is called Murder Your Darlings and Other Gentle Writing Advice from Aristotle to Zinser. This is by Roy Peter Clark. It's a 2020 publication. So this has famous writers in it, over 100, and it has all the advice in here from them about the whole process. So it's kind of fun to read how other writers thought about what they were doing. The second one in this category I want to point out is by Elizabeth George, who is also a mystery writer, very famous. It's called Mastering the Process from Idea to Novel. And what's interesting in this is that she takes her whole process from one of her novels called Careless in Red, and she breaks it down and goes through everything from how to create characters, doing the research for locations. So it's a really interesting piece as well as a really good masterclass on how to write a novel. The last section I want to highlight are style guides. So we have the usual suspects. We have MLA, APA, and the Chicago Manual of Style. But we also have books that are just strictly on grammar. So something like Dreyer's English, which is written by Benjamin Dreyer, who is the copy chief at Random House. It talks about clarity of grammar, spelling, punctuation, all those things that make your final product the best it can possibly be. So the style guides are here, and we encourage you to check them out. And the last thing I want to tell you about is our database called Universal Class. And within it, there is a whole section on creative writing. So there are actual classes on genre writing, punctuation, spelling, editing. So you can find that under our online resources on our website, mrlib.org. So happy reading and happy writing.